So, welcome to Live for Now the Lowdown with me, Gina Broadhurst. I am so excited for this episode. I cannot tell you. This is like a kid in a sweet shop, a dream come true. I'm fangirling beyond all fangirling. And my amazing guest this week, this is literally, I think I've got slight palpitations. This has made my week. I am going to introduce Lou Featherstone, aka LuInLuLand, who is one of my all-time social media faves. Welcome, Lou.
Well, thank you. What a build-up.
I know, but honestly, I've been so excited. I've told my husband, my children. I was talking to the dog
Oh,
about it earlier on the dog walk. Anyone that will listen.
I bet the dog was very impressed. I have big photos with the dog.
Otto was fascinated about midlife mindset shifting and revolutionary sustainable fashion. He was fascinated.
There you go. It's right his cup of tea.
So this is episode 2 of my second season of Live for Now the Lowdown. My guest this week is absolutely perfection in terms of our values matching. And I am all about, as those of you that know me, all about making midlife matter. Midlife is an amazing phase for you to reinvent yourself and do cool stuff. Nobody needs to drink cocoa and do knitting. And I think, Lou, you probably agree with that.
No, I do love a bit of cocoa, but yes, I absolutely, I live for it. I
Yes.
never saw that coming. No one told me to expect such amazing years in my 50s.
No. If there's one thing I wish all young women knew, if there are any young women watching this, teens, 20s, 30s, even 40s, you're all young, just know that life gets better. It literally gets better because you care so much less and you have so much more experience and wisdom. And sometimes, not always, but you have a little bit more time and maybe cash available to do stuff as you get a bit older.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much, Lou.
You are welcome. Thanks for having me. I'm glad we finally made it. We've been trying to do this for so long.
I know. Now, for those of you that don't know Lou, and I can't believe there are any, to be honest, but if you are not a midlife lady such as myself and you are one of my younger viewers, maybe you don't know Lou. So Lou Featherstone has so many titles and so many hats. I'm maybe going to hand it over to you, but on the back of a fag packet, I wrote down activist, empowerment guru, midlife influencer, podcaster, sustainable fashion wizard, Menno mindset shifter, confidence coach. There are so many labels I could throw at you.
There's so many. I'm so many things. But it's all wrapped up in the same thing, I think. I think I've started calling myself a women's empowerment activist because I feel like, I wanted to give what I do some sort of title rather than just sort of apologizing for being an influencer. Because I don't feel like influencer is very, I don't think that's the right description. I don't sell stuff. I sell a way of living, if you like, or a mood.
You sell this. Sell the special sauce. I was going to say, as a tongue twister. Don't try and say that after a few whiskies. Well, yeah, I think influencer, to be honest, is derisory term for you. You are far more. You genuinely create just these amazing feelings. When I watch your content, you make me roar with laughter. You make me cry. You take me on life's roller coaster every time.
And I think that's the key, right? I think the power I've learned in middle age, and it took me till middle age, that the power is being yourself. It's showing up as who you are. And that's powerful because that gives that permission to other women around you to show up as themselves.
Yes.
And, and to be authentic, which I hate that word. It makes me do a little bit of sick in my mouth. But that is the power, and we spend our whole lives trying to fit into these boxes and follow this imaginary rule book that we're given as young women particularly, but it's also handed to young men too, and then we have media, patriarchy, social media, all of these things just telling us what to do, and it's all absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
It's just a way of controlling us. Whereas actually the power in being yourself is so freeing. I don't have to hide from anyone. There's no huge secrets about to burst out of my closet. You know, I very much own my bits of me that are challenging, if you like. By owning those and sort of saying it out loud, I like to sort of bust shame around all these secrets, or this shame we all carry, and this embarrassment and this fear that we all have. But by talking about things out loud and having difficult conversations, I think then we shed the light on shame. Shame has nowhere to hide then. So
I absolutely agree. I'm 49. 50's the next birthday for me.
Yes.
I'm actually really excited. When I turned 30, I was so into being 30. I didn't think you could get better than that. But then 40 actually topped it. I'm excited for 50. I think I'm probably going to implode.
Oh my goodness.
Excitement.
And the presents when you get to 50 are brilliant. Get really good presents.
So I'm 50, and I had my kind of moment that you just talked about, where you just went, I just don't care anymore. I'm just going to be me, and that's it. And that's what you get. I did that about the age of 46.
Yeah, that sounds.
I just went,
right.
Had enough.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be me. And if you don't like me, that's okay. That's what I've learned. It's okay if you don't like me. I don't need you to like me.
No.
And I don't care if you don't like me. I don't give you permission to make me feel anything, actually.
No. And you know what? When I hit that age, I mean, 47, 48 is about right for really just starting to care less what people think. But there's actually, only in the last year sort of discovered there's a science behind it, because obviously we're hitting perimenopause and menopause around that time, and it's your baby making chemical, you know, your chemicals are just moving on, because that period and that chapter of our life is going. So there is actually science behind it. I just thought I was wandering around wondering what on earth was happening to me. I was like, why do I care less? Like, what's happening? This is brilliant. But it's, you know, when I've been preaching, giving, you know, caring less for many years, and it's only literally in the last year and a half that I've realized it's actually scientific.
Yeah. You're a scientific genius, Lou.
I'm a scientific genius, but I just love watching everybody else reach this stage in life. When people go, how do I get to that? How do I get to that? And I'm like, I don't know. You'll just wake up one morning and it'll happen.
I had an uncomfortable bridging period where I felt really meh.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't wish that on everyone. I think quite a few of my pals have that sort of slump before they reach the peak and the crescendo.
Yeah, because midlife is hard for, you know, midlife and menopause particularly is hard for some people. It's a huge grief for a lot of women. You know, it's such a huge chapter. And, you know, and saying goodbye to that, you know, caregiving, you know, and I mean, because if you are a mum and that's the route you've chosen in life, then you'll always be a mum. But your body making those changes and that chapter and those options being taken from you, it is a huge grief for a lot of women. You know, and it does come around a time sometimes where the kids are leaving home and you're empty nesting, which is brutal. You know, your parents.
If only my kids would leave home, Lou. They're only 11 and 13. I mean, if you want a couple of chimney sweeps, you can have them if you want.
I tell you,
I've got a few years left.
I tell you what, you will. Be careful what you wish for. It's so hard. You spend all their teenage years going, go on then, and off you go. You know you can do it better. You reckon you can do a good job on your own. Off you tootle. And then they do. You raise these kids to be independent and adventurous and go chase life, and then they go and do it.
And then you're like rats.
Yeah.
Shucks, yeah.
But they always come back. They'll always come back. Usually when they need money.
Yeah. So my daughter's in the other room right now. She's 13. She is putting the washing on the washing line for £1. Everything has £1 attached to it at the moment.
I love that for her. Good girl. Hustler.
She's saving. She's very into K-pop, and she's saving for a couple of albums that are obviously imported, pretty expensive, for a CD.
Sweet
going retro.
A sweet love. I love that.
Yeah. So everything I ask her to do, can I have £1? Yes.
Mama's raising her right, though. Mama's raising her right. It's fair enough. You've got to teach the girls. They've got value. Their work, you know, their hard work is worth something. Even if it's just £1, it starts that, you know, that mindset in her. Do you know what I mean? That's amazing.
Yeah. Now, your sustainable fashion is something that I absolutely love as well. You have probably one of the best wardrobes.
It's true.
Ever.
I have a very...
And I know that you regularly sell pieces. I've never actually come to one of your swaps or your sales. I'm gutted. Eventually, the stars will align and I'll be in the right place at the right time and I'll be able to come. But are you still collecting or are you shedding? Where are you at with your sustainable fashion?
Real journey, I think. I've always had, and this is part of one of my sort of things about owning your bad bits, or the bits that are a bit more challenging. I have had a lifetime of shopping addiction, so there is a bit more of a sort of story and somewhat of a sadness, I think, but I think I've turned it into more of a power now. Like I think is women's superpower. We turn our hardships and our hard journeys into something usually to try and help somebody else. But yeah, I mean, I managed to get myself into debt at 17. I got my first catalogue. I got a next directory and got into debt for the first time. And then that's been a pattern of my life. Throughout my life, I've just continuously run up the credit cards, paid them off, run it up, paid it back, run it up, blah, blah, blah. And it was nearly always for clothes. And I was very obsessed with being on trend and having the latest thing. And I was every Tuesday, I'd buy Grazia magazine and Heat magazine. And I was like, what's this week's must have? And then I'd be straight to Topshop to buy the new thing. And I got to sort of 41. And I bought a very expensive pair of shoes. I was working for social services and I went up, bought a ridiculous pair of shoes. And I woke up in the night in a panic attack. And I am 41 and I'm still having panic attacks. This is ridiculous. Something has to change. And I made a very dramatic, in the middle of the night, decision to just give up shopping for a year. And this was before it was sort of trendy to be sustainable, if you like. It was more to try and understand my shopping behavior and try and adjust once and for all to put a stop to this impulsivity. And I started a blog and I pledged to wear a different outfit every day for the whole year, which I did. And this was before even Instagram. That's how old I am. I was on Tumblr. Do you remember Tumblr?
Yes.
Yeah, there wasn't much on Tumblr. It was mostly just me and my outfit. But I was one of the very first people to ever do outfit of the day. And I mean, they weren't even that great, to be honest. But I remember being in a panic. What would people talk to me about? Because my outfits were always a talking point at the school gate. Or, I loved people saying, I like your outfit. But I think now when I look back, it was more because that opened up conversations. It wasn't so much, that I look great. But I just love the conversation. It was a great way to bond with someone, say at the school gate or in the park, or just have a chat to strangers, if you like. And I always just thought it was because I was trendy. And then that year, I started restyling what I already owned and started mixing and matching how I put things together. And I'd wear because I couldn't buy anything new, I started wearing my best dress on the school run that I bought for a wedding 3 years ago and hadn't worn since. And I found I had more conversations that were more fun about the way I'd put things together rather than being on trend. So I started to notice so I started to just run with that. And at the end of that year was one of the first times in my life I ever felt confident. I started to feel this feeling of confidence. And that's what that year gave me, not only that sort of strength and determination of completing that crazy challenge. And about crazy challenges.
Yeah.
And that gave me a strength. And now when I look back, which is now like 13, 14 years ago, that I think was the beginning of what I call the self-love revolution, this journey towards almost coming back to myself or finding this new version of myself in this chapter of life. Because when I finished that year, I was like, God, if I could do that, what else could I do? And I never felt like that. I'd sort of bobbed along career wise, and I'd lost myself really and just sort of like following my husband's career, because that was easy. He earned loads of money. He knew what he wanted to do. He was terrific at that. So it became really easy for it just to be all about that. And I just worked around fitting in with him and fitting in with Oscar, our son. So yeah, I didn't know. But then after that year, I did start shopping again. Well, I started buying vintage because I realized I wanted more interesting pieces, and I wanted talking pieces and showstoppers, not just, trendy stuff. So I started collecting vintage, and then we moved to America, and the vintage out there, of course, and the thrifting is just, very plentiful, especially over on the West Coast there. and it's so plentiful, and it's, you know, it's amazing value, and I could find things no one else had. I mean, my worst nightmare is ending up at a party wearing the same thing as someone else.
I have a suspicion that's unlikely to happen.
That
Lou.
doesn't happen, no. I mean, I think fashion is a really good place to meet other women in conversation, right? It's something we can bond on. Politics aside, anything else that's going on side, we can find something to bond with. So I use the fashion and the style as a way of sort of showing women what's possible. So say I'm wearing something really outrageous, you know, I was out the other week in an 80s prom dress. Well, I mean, I was stopping traffic in my 80s American prom dress, my taffeta pink thing. But you know, and I'm not for 1 minute suggesting everyone be running around in prom dresses. But if one woman looks at me and says, well, if she can wear that, what could I wear? Well, that's brave. And it starts conversations. It makes people smile. I have people thank me. They're like, thank you, you've really cheered today. It's a powerful thing.
I love when you style an outfit and then your followers mimic, and you do those side by sides.
Yeah,
they're absolutely have me roaring. And I also love PS love your outfit.
Yeah.
So I mean, Lou has this lovely sign off on her social media. She writes the caption and then it just says PS love your outfit, and it's just that final little bit of like self-confidence boost.
I mean, the world is so hard to navigate, even more than ever right now. We're polarized, you know, and it's so hard. And I just, the bare minimum we can do is hold each other up and just pass on a compliment. And the best thing is about telling someone that you love your outfit, not only is it lovely to hear, it's actually lovely to say it. Now, for some of us, that's really easy. I love a chat to a stranger. I love those interactions. For other people,
me too.
For other people, that's cripplingly hard, you know. And when I do a post and I say, you know, if you see a woman or a man, if you see a human who's made an effort, tell them, say I like your outfit. And you will feel it's so nice because you make their day, you make your own day, and you think about that person a couple of times in the day, and you're like, that was such a lovely thing, you know, just a lovely moment. And in a world,
I am a big believer. I'm the weirdo. My husband thinks it's mortifying, but I'm the weirdo who will go up to people and say, I'm just going to tuck your label in, or I'm just going to straighten your strap, or aren't your shoes amazing? Like I will go up to complete strangers and comment on their hat, their shoes, their outfit, their this, their that. My husband's like, they're going to think you're mad, and I'm like, no. Did you see the smile that they left that exchange with? They were so thrilled. That makes me thrilled.
It sounds so small, and it is a small thing, but it also has such a big impact. Imagine if we all just walked around complimenting each other. How wild that would be.
I 100% agree. Now, you said something a little while ago. I just want to circle back to it, and it's really funny because the not buying clothes for a year was something that my brother-in-law did.
Oh, interesting.
In the latter years of his life, he was a bit of a fashionista. He worked in media in central London. He had all the trainers that money could buy, like more trainers than anyone on earth should own. He was a very stylish man. And he just decided, I'm going to not shop for a year. I've got too much. It's too much consumption. He unfortunately had brain cancer, and he passed away during COVID. And his trainer collection has been divided amongst his two boys. Actually, the elder is now the right size to wear the trainer collection, so the trainer collection is getting a lot of action. But he actually inspired the whole of my platform. So my platform is called Live for Now because we had a conversation towards the end of his life. He was 50. And he said, you don't regret the things you do, you regret the things you don't. You need to live for now. You need to just do stuff. Experience as much as you can.
Beautiful.
For my sister, I mean, it does make me emotional, but obviously it's my sister's husband. But so the name of the show was inspired by this chap, Andy.
I love that his trainers live on with his sons.
And his trainers live on, his legacy lives on.
That's amazing. Yeah. It's looking down and thoroughly approves.
Another thing that I absolutely love about you is your TED Talk.
Thank
if
you.
Anyone wants to watch an inspirational TED Talk.
I did a
How was it doing that talk?
I still can't believe I did that.
That must have been absolutely incredible.
It really was. It was the whole process is something wild. I mean, you get offered this TED talk. I mean, I hoped one day maybe I would be privileged enough to be offered to do a TED talk. I did not expect it to come as soon as it did. And then the process of writing it was something else. It was agonizing because you have such a small amount of time. Not only that, but you want to get it so right. You don't want to you don't want to fluff this moment on stage. You know what that's like. I've got this moment. I could have this impact, and my life is rooted in sort of wanting to have impact. Don't want to screw this one up. Is this so important? And then for the one, oh, have I gone?
Oh, you've come back.
Oh, I've come back. I don't know where I went then. It's bobbing off.
That's very odd. Anyway, you're back.
And for the one that I did, it varies from city to city, but the one I did, there was no teleprompter, no notes, no nothing. You have to memorize it. So I was absolutely terrified about that. But yeah, so the whole process was something else, just writing the thing and getting it right and getting the tone right and messaging, everything.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very proud of myself, and I love to mention it. And I've now actually...
Well, you know what? I mentioned it, so don't worry. I'm very proud of you. I thought it was phenomenal.
Thank you. I like to play TED Talk bingo, and you can count how many times I throw in that I've done a TED Talk, because I'm like, I'm bloody proud of myself, and I'm going to show up about it.
It's on my bucket list. I wrote a bucket list last year, and do a TED Talk is actually on that list.
Well, you never know. I tell you, you never know. But that, I mean, and it has changed my life in a lot of ways, in that I've turned that now into a show, a stage show.
Yes.
And now I'm touring it. I'm about to go to Edinburgh Festival with an 8-day run.
So my good friend, who is a pageantry friend, we met through Miss Great Britain in 2023. Veronica Walker lives in Edinburgh. So I've been to Edinburgh a couple of times to see Veronica. I was a judge of Miss Edinburgh.
Oh, fun.
I love Edinburgh. It's one of my favourite places. It's such a cool city.
So exciting.
I was going to say to you, the Fringe, that is super exciting. And that is like a global, cultural, iconic moment, right there.
As am I.
The meeting of two icons. Amazing.
And I'm taking the bus. I have an amazing bus.
Susie
the bus, who I left my husband on and travelled around America. She's coming with me. So I'm performing in the National Museum of Scotland, and she's going to be outside. So I'm going to be outside the museum.
The art museum, the one on the big square?
No, the history museum, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
I don't know. Hopefully I'll turn up at the right one, because that'd be awkward.
Amazing.
So I'm performing inside, and the bus is going to be outside. I'll be there promoting the show and, yeah, just talking self-love for the days that I'm there. I'm more scared about that than the TED Talk at this point.
So what dates is that for anyone who's going to the Fringe?
I'm going to be performing from the 16th to the 24th. So the last
August.
Yeah, the last week of the festival.
Do you know, I would be tempted to come, but I fly to the States on the 25th of August because I'm competing in Virginia Beach.
Woo!
On the 29th of August.
Wow, exciting times.
So I won't be able to make Edinburgh the week before I go.
Hang on, you toggle between competing and judging now?
Judging was a while back.
Okay.
Something that I did in the past, but no, now I am competing. Let's get it out. Your TED Talk is my sash. So I'll see you at TED Talk and I'll raise you a sash.
Yeah.
So I am your ultimate international elite Mrs. United Kingdom.
Love.
So what that means is I represent the over 45s.
Really?
And yes, come on, midlife ladies. And I'm going to compete. There's, I think, 10 amazing women from around the globe. And we will see what happens.
What happens? I love that. I'm very excited.
Your wardrobe, I have to say, you should compete in a pageant, firstly.
Well, I'm thinking I might do a bodybuilding, like senior bodybuilding competition soon. I think I might go for that.
Your whole mindset, your power, your energy, your vision and everything that you stand for is so spot on. Pageantry nowadays is female power.
Yeah.
There's no patriarchy. There's no misogyny. It is 100% female empowerment. It's get up on stage in a bikini, whatever dress size you are, whatever colour your skin, sexuality, colour, creed, race, religion. Get up there and do it for yourself.
Take up the space.
Like I say, genuinely, they are beauty pageants, but they are so much more beauty pageants.
Okay,
it's beauty from within.
What do your family?
Your aesthetic, you know, is whatever, but it's what you speak and what you believe. I think that's really important.
What do your family think of you competing? It's amazing.
So my husband oscillates between finding it deeply frustrating because I fly off to America for a week on my own, and loving it. He's very proud.
Yes, I'm sure he is. And what about the kids?
He does. It's a talking point, much like your fashion. My talking point is often pageantry. My little girl, I shouldn't really call her that, she's my teenager, is very androgynous.
Okay.
Not pink and frilly.
Love that.
Has no interest in pageantry at all, but she thinks it's kind of cool that I have a fun hobby that I like. She likes the female power side of it.
Yeah.
She likes that we're kind of fighting the patriarchy.
Yes.
But less so the bows and the sparkles that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And my little boy just loves it. My little boy is the best. He'll come to walking practice with me and he'll film my walk for me and critique me.
Oh, I love him. Little love.
He is the best.
Number one fan.
Yeah.
Go, Mama.
So before we wrap this up, because I've taken 27 minutes of your time and I know you're uber busy because you're flat out before you go to Edinburgh.
I sure am.
If 25-year-old Lou, if she popped up and you bumped into her, you know, today, what would you say to her? What would your words of wisdom be, knowing what you know now?
Knowing what I know now, I think I'd just say be braver and bloody well say what you ask for, what you need, say what you think. You know, showing up for yourself is showing up for everyone around you. I just thought that self-love sounded terribly selfish, and worrying and thinking about what I needed was selfish, and as a good mum and a good wife, that I should be the last thing I should think about. But actually, I think if I had shown up for myself better, I would have been a better wife, and I think I would have been a better mum. And so yeah, I think do not put yourself at the bottom of the priority list. Please prioritize yourself. And then it makes you better for everyone. You also need to pass that on to your kids, right? The kids are downloading from us. We need them to see us lead the way. So yeah.
Amazing. And then the final thing, I guess, really. So we've talked a lot about self-love and female empowerment. If you could kind of wrap it up into like one piece of advice for the young girls, you know, the teens who are just about to hit womanhood, who are just about to get bombarded with all the crazy that comes with growing up. In this generation, in this world, I mean, we had it easy. I was born in the 70s, you know, in the 80s we grew up, it was totally different. But growing up now, what would you tell the younger generation to ease them into thinking about midlife the way we do sooner and not being afraid of growing older?
Embrace it all, do it all, say yes to every opportunity. Don't be afraid. Don't shrink yourself down for anybody else. Don't shrink yourself away. Anything is possible. You've got to be in it to win it. You know, volunteer, join a club, find your people. And if you can't find your people, create a club and build your own. You know, it's all yours to write, but life will not happen to you. You have to make it happen and make it work for you. Don't wake up at 50 and go, whoa, oh, what happened there? You know, what happened to the last 50 years? It's up to you. It's absolutely up to you. And by volunteering either for a charity or a club or you know, even the PTA at school, or I don't know what it may be. Make life about something that's not just you. It gives you perspective. You'll meet people who you maybe not agree with, but you'll learn from them. And don't be afraid to fail. That's where we learn. If you do the same thing every day, you don't learn anything. Yes, it's safe. Yes, you won't get hurt. But trust me, that is a really boring life. Go big, dream big, and go for it. And if it doesn't work out, never mind, turn the page, next chapter, what's next? Pick yourself up, learn a lesson.
Yes. I 100% agree, and I couldn't have said it better. Thank you so much, Lou, for spending this time with me.
You are absolutely welcome.
Good luck in Edinburgh. And good luck in Edinburgh.
Thank you.
And I will be watching and following along.
Yeah, good luck at the pageant too. Good luck at Virginia Beach.
Thank you.
Go
you have a lovely day.
Loads of love, darling.